Oh, hello, friends. How's it going? I'm just getting my stuff set up here. There. That way you get a little bit of art and a little bit of mirror. So you want a little bit of both and a little bit of more art. What do you think about this art wall I got going on? Hello. Happy Monday, friends. It's Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic energy healer divine light channel. How's it going? And of course, wait, let me show you. Squeezel the dog. Squeezel had a little vomiting incident today at the dog park, so all well wishes that you have left over, please feel free to send them to Squeezel the dog. Boy, am I having some profound experiences here in Florida. My God, talk about a homecoming. Talk about the earth welcoming me. This place gets a lot of shit in our culture and is just an incredibly magic place on the level of the land. It is so nurturing and nourishing to my system, my body, and my soul here. I am from the state originally, so there's a lot of it is to do with just having the roots of having come from here. But a lot of it is just, man, it's such a beautiful place. The huge trees and the Spanish moss and the beach. I got in the Atlantic Ocean. You can swim in the ocean here easily, and it's not cold. Anyway, sending you all the wonderful Florida vibes for your 3-card spread today, which is really interesting. I'm really getting to know this deck along with you guys, the Akashic Tarot, since I work in the Akashic Records with my healing clients and my students and my classes. A friend of mine, well, a friend that I made at an art festival in upstate New York was like, oh, you're an Akashic Records reader, and then sent me this in the mail. She's like, you need this. It's been sitting in my house. It's for you. Anyway, I'm obsessed with this deck at the moment. It's very integrated, this deck. It's very body meets spirit, and truths are told, and I'm really digging that. So let's see your 3-card spread today. I have opened the Akashic records of the group of people who watch my videos and or will watch them, and pulled this 3-card spread for you. So in the recent past, we have the 2 of Keys, the Treasure. I have no idea what that card is about. Let's learn about it together. In the present moment, we have Uriel and the Sphinx. Very interesting. And the outcome is Pow, the King of Forces. Not horses, forces with an F. Adele King, what's up, homie? Good to see you, sister. My sister Adele there, out there in Israel, holding the light, the pole of light in Israel, the magical lands of Israel. The Treasure, the 2 of Keys. Let's find out what's been happening in your recent past. According to this deck, in the recent past, you've had a man looks dejectedly at a smashed treasure chest in a room that obviously has been robbed and plundered. Behind him, a stream of light shines from below the lid of an unbroken chest that rests on a small table, the only piece of furniture in the room that hasn't been touched. This card represents a great loss or disappointment in your life right now. This is the recent past position. It could be the loss of a job, a relationship, or even an opportunity. But remember that this phase is temporary. It might take some time and effort to rally your forces to recover, but there is a great treasure within you that is always available. The little chest represents that part of you that is filled with light. Isn't that nice? It isn't vulnerable and it can never be lost or damaged. When you focus on what's wrong or what's lacking, it perpetuates your sense of emptiness and victimization. So don't let yourself get lost in your loss. Open the lid of your light and let it illuminate your way. There are other opportunities and greater wealth waiting for you to discover. Aww. I happen to be someone who believes in really, and it's funny because I was going to talk about this today, really spending time with your loss. Like when we lose things, so many of us just soldier on and bury it and push it aside or hide it or don't feel it or don't deal with it or don't face it. And that can be a pretty bad idea in my personal experience, because that stuff is going to get acted out some way in your unconscious, or it's going to find expression in another way, in another outlet, in another form. So I believe in like being with the loss. However, there are times when the loss can be so heavy that we can get swallowed by it. And this card in our recent past is reminding us that not to get swallowed in it and to focus on the light. But I would add to that, like every time it's taking you down, resisting it just makes your life harder. So you may as well get taken down, but get taken down for 20 minutes, cry, 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 and then go, where's the light? Where is it? What 2 things can I do today to pursue the light and not get swallowed by this grief after having felt it? All right. So that's our recent past. In the present moment, we are standing here with Uriel and the Sphinx, which looks like this. The Archangel Uriel stands before the Sphinx under a full moon. The Sphinx is usually shown with a body of a lion, indicating strength, and the head of a king, showing authority and intelligence. But more than this, the Sphinx represents the enigmatic and inscrutable, the silent holder of truth and the ancient mysteries of the world. Here, the Archangel Uriel connects and confers with this great source of mystery. This card shows that it's time for you to do the most important and possibly the most difficult work in your life, the digging and inner discovery that takes you to your deepest self and your deepest power. Even the great Sphinx had to be dug out many times from the blowing desert sands that buried it up to its neck. And you must dig diligently too. You may have to chip away at the rock-like substance of your old beliefs and histories so that you can get to the truth inside. But don't worry, you have begun already and you've made considerable inroads. There's also someone here to help you, Uriel, whose name means fire of God. You can work directly in your meditations with this archangel for self-understanding, transformation, and guidance. Also, be on the lookout for someone in your daily life whom Uriel has sent. I love this idea. This could be a teacher, a mentor, or even a new friend who shares a kinship with you about this inner quest. It is a relationship of great value that comes in a time of profound power. Don't diminish the importance of this phase. It is this work that leads you to your initiation and to your higher power. Wow. So we have to dig deep. Now's the time to dig deep to get to know ourselves in all the ways that, I don't know about you, but even sometimes some of the higher spiritual pursuits or the consciousness work can be kind of tools that take us away from ourselves, that can take us into abstractions or teachings that don't actually take us deeper inside to who we each individually actually are. And I hear this card saying, let's really do the deep digging to find out who we are. And when you need help, you can call on Archangel Uriel, who has your back on this topic. And let's all watch this week for who has Uriel sent, who's a teacher, a mentor, a friend. All right, and then the outcome card, we have the King of Forces. I'm really falling in love with the Forces suit in this deck. I'm all about forces anyway, the forces of the universe. And this particular, I had a profound reading myself last night from this deck, and I sat on that couch over there and just sobbed for about 20 minutes from the profundity of the Forces card I got. Amazing stuff. The King of Forces, this is your outcome card. A man standing by a stream is surrounded by different animals of the woods. The power of nature is all around him. In the earth below his feet, the water running by, and the star-filled nebula in the sky above. Yet he is a force himself, exerting calming influences on the wolf and the rabbit, which are natural enemies. Check this out. Upright, the card indicates the presence of a man who has a powerful and positive energy. He comes with good intentions, gentleness, and honesty. Gentleness and honesty resonate from him. If you don't know this man yet, his energy will be coming into your life. Oh my. Soon, no less. He could bring support for a special project, a work issue, or just your life in general. He may also be a possible love interest. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, the dog, are you a man of honor? She's a girl dog of honor. In order, to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure you engage in honoring and being tender toward yourself. You know how many healings I do in a week? How many classes I lead? Do you know that this is like the central problem human beings have? Is just being honoring and gentle towards ourselves. We're all trying to, those of us, you're either trying to stay asleep or you're trying to wake up. And whether you're trying to stay asleep or wake up, you both need to honor and be gentle towards yourself. If people would just honor and be gentle toward themselves, that would take care of 70% of the problems on the earth. Because when you start honoring and taking care of yourself, you realize everybody around me needs to honor and take care of themselves. And you realize how hard it is to do when you're just trying to do it for yourself. So then your compassion for other people's experience expands. And then you have an easier time connecting with people. And then you have better relationships. And then everything works better. It works better. It's like putting oil in the gas tank or oil in the engine of everything. Just by you honoring and loving and taking care of yourself, being gentle to you. Okay. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure you engage in honoring and being tender toward yourself. For you or a man around you, there could be a position coming in any of the careers natural to the king of forces, such as electronics, astronomy, physics, geology, alternative fuel, any of the earth sciences, and new industries in environmental care. Any activity connecting with earth energy and nature are beneficial to you at this time. Whether you're male or female, this also reveals an important side of yourself. Feel the balance and beauty of nature and know the powerful forces always moving within and around you. Amen. So, in the recent past, we've had a reminder that the treasure of the light in your life still exists despite any loss or pain in the recent past. We want to be with our loss and pain to the degree that it's useful, and then we want to focus on the light so we can move forward. In the present moment, we're being encouraged to dig deeply to know ourselves, the Sphinx being the reflection of she who knows herself intimately. And as we dig deep, if we need help, we can call on Archangel Uriel to help us. This card also encourages us to notice in our daily lives who might have been sent to us from Archangel Uriel, who's a teacher, a mentor, a friend. And the outcome card, the King of Forces. My goodness. Look at that. Look at him taming the wolf and the rabbit. I want to just remember what it said. The outcome of all of this grief processing and remembering that we have the light and the present moment of digging. I mean, the main thing I'm taking away from the King of Forces card is the gentleness towards self. But hold on. I want to there was some words in here I can't remember that I want to remember. The presence of a man who has powerful and positive energy. He comes with good intentions. Gentleness and honesty resonate from him. If you don't know him yet, his energy will be coming into your life. What a nice thing to fucking say, deck of cards. Thank you. He could bring support for a special project, a work issue, or just life in general. He may also be a possible love interest. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure you engage in honoring and being tender toward yourself. So good. So, I don't know, this card to me says you might have been through some kind of loss. You're licking your wounds, trying to find the light again. You're digging deep now to know yourself. And on the other side of that is, and the outcome of it is going to be a need to really be kind to ourselves as we move forward and look for whoever this King of Forces may be. You know, the cards often speak metaphorically to us, so we can hear this as a metaphoric man, right, who is nurturing and emanates all these wonderful qualities, and or it could be a literal man. I had a card last night, like I was talking about when I was talking about sobbing on my couch. Yeah, it was mind-blowing, but I realized as I sat with it that it was both a metaphor and a literal thing. It was in a present moment card, and it was a lightning bolt card, and if any of you know, I've been through some weird, interesting trauma of late with lightning bolts, and I was like, I can't believe the lightning bolt is in the present moment card. That's so spot on. But it talked about a metaphoric and a literal death. Well, it said this can be a metaphoric or a literal death, and I realized it's both in my case. So there's someone in my life who's passing on, and there's many metaphoric deaths happening for me in this transition I've made moving south. So the point is, the cards can be literal. This could be a literal man coming in, or a metaphoric man that's internal to you or external in your reality, or both. How do you know? You want to sit with yourself, feel your own instincts on the topic. What feels true? You know, people want in life, and I'll wrap up with this for today. We all want all the time certainty. What is true? What is certain? What is happening? What is going to happen? And what we don't often understand is that the only thing certain is that things will change. And the other thing in my experience that is certain is your awareness, your subtle, watery, ever-changing awareness in the present moment that comes to you through your body, through your connection with your body. Your body is this psychic antenna. And for some of you, your minds are a psychic antenna too. But the doubting mind will say, how do I know it's true? How do I know? How? And that's all up here. How? Meanwhile, your body's going, well, I think it's kind of this. And you're going, but that's not concrete enough. And your body's going, try this maybe? And you're going, but I have to know. Are you sure? And what I find is that as we just step by step follow what the body is aware of, follow the guidance we get in through the antenna of your awareness that starts right here and extends out beyond you, we're taken to the places we need to go, and we're aware of the things we need to be aware of. So when you're trying to understand a reading like this, is it a metaphoric man or a literal man? Ask your body. Where do you get the tingles? What resonates? Look at Squeezel, the dog is here. Look at her. She's a little deer in my lap. There's a deer. You're a deer dog. I just can't get over her. Speaking of the forces of nature being wonderful, she's your favorite baby. Anyway, I'm distracted. So how do you know if it's metaphor or literal? Feel into it, what feels true, and then don't go here to try to figure out what's real and what's for sure. This fucking thing doesn't know. It may have knowledge, and it may be great at synthesizing knowledge, and that's what it's for if you have that kind of mind. But when you're looking at what to do for yourself or what's true for you, what resonates in the chamber of your body being, that's where the awareness is. Okay, what else do I have for you guys? We're gonna wrap up there. Highest level healing class begins Friday. It's now gonna be a 5-week class with 1 private session included. So we have 5 Fridays from 1 to 3 Eastern. This is a class to come to activate your light body, deepen your spiritual connection, heal your trauma, process through anything difficult you may be in the middle of, process through anything easy you may be in the middle of. Each week we do a very big, very strong energy healing that clears what's in the way and calls in what you're looking for. It's pretty intense and pretty beautiful, and magical stuff happens there every single week. Additionally, Star Beings class is starting again, not tomorrow Tuesday, but next Tuesday. That also is going to be a 5-week class with 1 private session. So you get your own private 50-minute session included in the price of class. And that is for folks who have been on a path for a while, who are have some kind of spiritual connection, some kind of, you're down the path a bit and you're looking to activate even higher. This is where I call in my Blu-ray alignment, and the Blu-rays are here to activate the light workers, heal the light workers, hold space for the light workers. So we're going to continue to do that Tuesday nights, starting next Tuesday. 5 weeks, 1 private session. Hit me up if you're curious. We'd love to have you with us, and take care, everybody. Kindness, gentleness towards self.